It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Saturday, the 12th of April. I'm Michael Groff. Another hot day ahead. Temperatures breaking records across south central Arizona, including Phoenix. But a gradual cooling trend will begin tomorrow and should continue into the week ahead. Temperatures are expected to remain above average at least until perhaps the end of the week. And then there's quite a bit of forecast uncertainty. Things turn decidedly more interesting way out there toward about the time we get into that Easter weekend. All right, let's talk about it. The almanac from yesterday. Yeah, there it is. 103 degrees, the afternoon high. That breaks the previous record of 99 degrees. It's also the warmest temperature we've had so far this year. 69 was that morning low temperature. 85 and 60 are the averages for this time of year. And as we take a look outside right now, here just after 7 o'clock, we've got a few clouds out there this morning. We're sitting at 68 degrees at Sky Harbor, another warm start. Dew point's 25, so it's very dry. Humidity 19%, the wind from the east at 9 miles per hour, and the barometer is rising. Temperatures across the area this morning, 71 at Arcadia, 73 at Thompson Peak, of all places. There's a little bit of an inversion going on out there. That's why you see these temperatures a little bit wacky. But generally speaking, we are in I see a couple of upper 50s in Chandler and Gilbert. Most of us are in the 60s, though, to begin this day. Satellite picture across the west shows some high clouds off to the west of us. Those will be streaming through today, tonight, tomorrow. We will see those. And so as a result, yeah, clouds, but for today, it's not really going to slow down the heat all that much. Ridging is still in place, but that ridge is going to begin to weaken by the time we get toward the middle and latter part of this upcoming week, and low pressure should begin to influence the region. Meanwhile, the watch warning map, we've got red flag warnings and higher fire danger. Fire weather watches and whatnot across southeast, east central Arizona, New Mexico, and out here across the west into the plain states as well. A high wind watch over parts of South Dakota. Got red flag warnings in portions of Florida as well, the Florida Peninsula. As I mentioned yesterday, this is kind of their dry season down there. I know their dry season may not seem like it to us, but sometimes they can go several weeks without meaningful rainfall down there in the Florida Peninsula this time of year. Of course, the wet season, the summer rainy season begins down there right around the second week of June. All right, the convective outlook for today. We've got a marginal risk of severe storms, level 1 out of 5 around Billings, Montana, over towards Spearfish, South Dakota, and Gillette, Wyoming. And that risk of thunder north of Arizona, but of course around here things are quiet. Now here's the precipitation outlook. This is valid through Saturday morning, next Saturday morning, and rain amounts in Phoenix. Hey, we've got some color on this board, generally under 1/10 of an inch for us, but across central Arizona, yeah, we could see some spots anywhere from about 1 to 2/10 of an inch. I told you the forecast is turning at least a little bit more interesting, especially relative for this time of year, considering we are really getting into the heart of the dry season. So what's going on with this weather pattern in more detail? Let's figure it out right now as we get to the models, see what the future may hold. Here we go. The GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. We got a trough on the east coast. We got our ridge out here in the west. There's an upper low way off to the west of us, developing low, and high pressure over the northeast Pacific. And what it all means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day today. Mostly sunny this morning, but will become partly sunny this afternoon, an increase in high clouds, but that really doesn't slow down the heat. High temperatures 97 to 101. So another day with triple digits expected here in the valley, but that should be the last one for a little while because tonight we'll see partly cloudy sky, lows in the 60s to near 70. And then tomorrow, more clouds around, a lot of mid and high level clouds. In fact, we'll call it mostly cloudy, and it will be a little bit cooler tomorrow. Highs low to mid 90s. That's still way above average, but beats the triple digits. Low to mid 90s on Monday, partly cloudy, mostly sunny to partly cloudy at times Tuesday and Wednesday with low to mid 90s. The ridge is beginning to weaken, and we see an area of low pressure developing off to the north and west of us. Now, there'll be an initial little short wave that kind of fizzles out as it comes through here on Tuesday night. Wednesday, we see another wave off to the west of us. that's beginning to come on in here and close off into an upper low. That should kind of start to fizzle out or get absorbed into a larger area of low pressure by about Thursday. But all the while, the heights are coming down. We'll start to see an increase in clouds, maybe some breezes at times on Thursday. High temperatures in the mid-80s to about 90. Here's Friday. How about this? We got an upper low dropping in here, and this one is the strongest of these systems, and it looks like we could even see some moisture advection with this. There's some decent dynamics, and enough so for maybe some scattered showers across northern Arizona, up into the Mojave Desert. Maybe some widely scattered showers possible in here by Friday or Friday afternoon. Now, we haven't put the mention of rain in the forecast just yet. We want to see a little bit more consistency on these model runs, but we're going to trend the forecast in that direction. We'll indicate an increase in clouds on Friday, breezy and not as warm, with high temperatures probably staying in the upper 70s to low 80s here. So we may see afternoon highs dipping below average by about the end of the week, with the outside chance we could see some rain around here. And that's always a good thing in the month of April. It's a good thing anytime, but especially here in the dry season. All right, a week from today, this is Saturday, the 19th. And that upper low is overhead, and yeah, we could see some scattered showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm around here. Again, Friday night, Saturday. The timing and the placement of this, obviously, these are details that are going to change some between now and then. But if model trends continue to go the way they are, then yes, we could see at least a window of opportunity for some rain around here. And yes, cooler temperatures, of course, too. If this does verify, highs would probably drop back toward maybe the low 70s here. That'll feel great. All right, here's Sunday the 20th. This is Easter Sunday. Now that low is moving off toward the plain states. We are left in a dry northwesterly flow in its wake, but temperatures would still be a little bit below average. They'd start to warm back up. I'd say probably highs around 80, maybe the low 80s. But hey, considering now we're getting toward late April, that's not bad. And then Monday, this is out 10 days to the 21st. And again, the flow is turning more quasi-zonal here as that low is off over Missouri, and we are dry. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix, this goes out through the 26th of April. It's off the GFS ensemble, and now you're starting to see a few more members coming in with precipitation. Now, again, the ensemble mean is just right around 1/10 of an inch. You know, this isn't anything to get too excited about, but again, it's model trends. Remember, a couple days ago, basically none of the members were showing any rain chances, and now we've got the majority of them here. The European ensemble is actually a bit more bullish. The ensemble means about 2/10 of an inch. Look at the control member approaching 1 inch. I doubt we're going to see an inch of rain, but I guess crazier things have happened in the month of April. But the idea is, without getting into specifics, that we are trending toward a cooler and more unsettled solution by the end of this upcoming week and into the following weekend. And that's some good news, some relief. All right, temperatures off the national blend of models. Yeah, okay, we're hot today. We're still pretty warm tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but we're going to trend it down for the end of the week. And by next weekend, high temperatures, yeah, probably, the national blend of models is printing a high of 78 degrees out there by next weekend. Some of our deterministic model guidance is really been trending way cooler than that, with highs maybe dipping down into the low 70s. Either way, cooler temperatures below average temperatures are favored out by the end of the week and into next weekend. And that should make for a pleasant Easter egg hunt, I suppose, right? All right, that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is slated to be back here on Monday morning, but updates before that if necessary. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really enjoy what we do here, and I'm sure you do, then be sure to support the channel by clicking that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube and making a monetary contribution to us that way. Or even better than that, eliminate the middleman, donate directly to us via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's GROFF show@gmail.com for PayPal. When I say the middleman, eliminating the middleman, YouTube takes about 30% of the donations. So that's why we like PayPal, because they basically don't take anything. A few cents on the dollar, maybe. All right. That's, let's see here. All right. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out, her blogs, videos, everything Michelle related and tangentially Adriana related. It's all linked up down in the description. So be sure to give all of that a look, a listen, a gander, and check it all out. Absorb all of that stuff. Great information there on Michelle's website and her videos as well. Also related, our streaming station, available 24/7, 365. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music, have a lot of fun with that. And again, linked up in the description, or of course, you can just go to kmgx.com and listen directly via that avenue. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, all of your continued support. It's greatly appreciated. Please be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there. Yes, it's going to be another hot one. You guys have yourselves a delightful rest of your Saturday.